Hello, my darlings. Greetings from one of my other beautiful coffee shops slash epicery places that I spend my time in. And today I am coming to you with the January 2023 message. So firstly, what I'll say is that if you haven't watched this year's 2023 color reading that I did last week, then I would really recommend that you watch this first before you actually go on and listen to the January 2023, because I think it'll make much more sense. And you can see how the gift of this January energy, which is the color magenta, that it's really going to be the gift that we need. So I've worn this color specifically for you, because as you watch this video, you will take this color in through your eyes, in through the retina. It will then send a signal to your brain. From your brain, it will send a signal to your endocrine system, and it will really activate the hypothalamus gland. This month, if I was to give it one line, follow your own rhythm. You are a rhythmic soul, and I feel that this month is going to have everyone, every single person, to really nourish themselves, take it easy, reflect on what it is you truly want, what it is you truly don't want, because this color magenta is the color of change. So you are feeling deep down on a soul level that you are really ready for change, right? It's also, magenta is also the color about, balance. It's like harmony. So it's really fine tuning the doing and the being, fine tuning the divine masculine and the divine and feminine within, fine tuning the physical and the spiritual. So bringing in that unity, oneness, wholeness, energy. So there is this ancient force that is within you that is extremely powerful at the moment. And what it feels like, it's like it's no longer denying this energy. And you may be feeling that there's certain things that you're like, this rising, I think, inside you to feel like, you know what, I'm done. I'm literally done with some patterns, stories, ways of living, mediocrity. You just feel that you're done, and you are ready for the change. You're ready now to take those leaps, to do the things maybe that you weren't ready to do before, do what it takes, get out of your own way. Like there is this urge that is surfacing through everybody, that there's more, and that actually you're ready now to go after the more, right? So woohoo to that. And so woohoo, because it's the woo. And I think it's really, because this year is spirituality, it's energy, it's soul, fear of soul. It's like embracing the woo on a whole other level, right? So I want you to really use this month, and Magenta once is there for you this month, to really give to yourself what you desire. Give to yourself those dreams, give yourself the time even to dream. Believe in yourself. You may find that this month there is this kind of an energy within you and around you. And I've really seen this as I've been doing the High Priestess gathering, the energy that's come in this time for me and through me is very, very different to what I've ever worked with. There's a gentleness to the energy, but there's a strength and a force to this energy that is literally creating miracles. It's transforming lives in an instant. And what I'm finding in the feedback I'm getting is that actually it's like people are finally getting it. They're like, oh my God, like they got it on a, I feel kind of on a body level, right? This and the muscle, you know, like when I would do a lot of work with clients, I would do a lot of work on what's stored in the body and in the muscle, because it's actually very hard to get energy out of the muscle because it's in that muscle. So it's like it's, you know, it requires movements, it requires you know, tapping, it requires really getting that energy out of the muscle. And when it's out of the muscle, there your body just feels really, really light. So what we've been given this month is kind of this transition, right? So it kind of will feel that you're neither here nor there, that there are kind of two worlds between the limited and the expanded self, between the ancient divine feminine and the ancient divine masculine. And there's a familiar and an unfamiliar feeling in that space, right? And this is a magical place to be, and it's really about embracing that that space that we're in. It's like everything is working out in divine and perfect order. Everything is unfolding in divine and perfect order. And that now we're kind of willing, thy will be done, to let this ancient powerful force within us to do the work through us, right? So it's that balance, that dance between you doing something and also playing with to the music of the divine, really partnering with the divine, okay? You might also find what will be coming in as well is that things might be just falling away, right? Like falling away, and you're kind of ready to let go of the things that really are no longer serve you, right? What else have we got about this month? Yeah, so what I'm also here to share is that this month I'm here to reassure you that what is yours by divine right is yours. So like, you know, sometimes we can think, oh, you know, I won't take that because I'll be taking from somebody else, or, you know, I leave the space for someone else, or feeling, oh yeah, you know, I can't have that because there are plenty of other people who don't have. That's actually not true. It's like, oh, there's plenty for everybody, but each person has to show up for it. Okay. What I'm feeling really as well about this energy is that what you need to know is that you cannot miss out on anything that is destined for you. Okay. And that you're also at the same time, this month, it will not allow you to force, push, make things happen. There will be tests on this. So like the example is like, you know, doing like this week, I've been doing the High Priestess gathering, but I've had my husband tail, my son, and my daughter with this gastric flu thing that's going around. So I just had to kind of go with the flow. But I didn't let it stop me from doing the 7 p.m. call on the Monday, the 7 p.m. call on the Wednesday, and me here in the coffee shop taking this time to do this for you so that you have this to support you in January. So it's like there's always a way around things. So like there's no such thing as a problem. It's just like information that you're observing, and it actually means nothing. It's like my intention is I'm, you know, a few things, you know, the High Priestess gathering, the Divinely Prosper call that we had on Tuesday night, my Divinely Prosper community. It's like they got done. It's sometimes it's like looking at and knowing that you get done what's really important in this time. And this is a great act of self-care, because then you're no longer criticizing yourself, you know, making things wrong, second guessing. It's just like, it is what it is, right? So it's like, I'm just going my own rhythm and I'm just moving, right? This is also, this month will also get you to look at like maybe the cycle of life that you're in, because there are cycles in life, right? And so we are really being called to come back to the cycle of life, right? And all that life has to offer. So we have the cycle of the seasons, for example, the years, you know, women have monthly cycles. There are even the cycles of, you know, women, when you can, you know, when you're in your 20s, you've got that ripeness. You know, you move in, you know, you have the childbearing years, you have the menopausal years, you have the wise years. So it's like, it's really embracing those cycles of life and knowing that they're there for a reason, right? So this month you're being called to rest, to reflect, to allow, to nourish, to observe maybe what cycle you're in, to observe the balances and the imbalances of life, because they're also very informing. To be informed and take the time, we've been given the time, because I really feel the fullness of the new 2023, it won't start until February, right? So looking at as well the cycles in your business, the cycles in your relationships, in your well-being, in your finances. So it's like really taking the time for you and for all of it, right? And then choosing where your priorities lie, and knowing that they, you know, they're like the ways that they will change and evolve day by day, hour by hour sometimes. Okay. So when you find that balance with the efforting, with the surrendering, with the discipline and letting go, with the commitments and the faithfulness, then there is a sense of a connectedness. And again, you know, this, it makes me kind of smile. That's magenta. It's like this magenta, where that magenta soul knows she's worthy, knows she's got this, and is really in that beautiful energy of kind of discovery, because she knows things are always changing, right? So sometimes, like rearing kids, you think, oh, the discipline, you think, oh, I've mastered that, but actually the next day that changes. So if we can just flow, we can just get into that magenta energy, where you just feel good, where you just feel that richness, where you trust your intuition, where you know that you're worthy, where you are always blessed, where you really are abundant, and that you are an abundant co-creator, and that all is given when you are divinely connected. It's like, where in your life for January could you be more divinely connected? And divinely connected is that sense of bliss. Not me walking here to the coffee shop. It's like, oh my God, I was in that bliss, in that divine connection, because I could hear the beautiful water. I was looking at the light, how it was changing and how the light was reflecting in the water. You know, I came in here to this lovely place where I was greeted with love and joy. You know, this is what we're being called to embrace. Like, that's my version of it, right? So it's like, you are a divine being, and like, what is your version of being divinely connected? Like, you living this month in alignment with what Magenta wants to bring in for you, right? So what I'd like to do actually for a minute is I'd like you to imagine that you are now living in a rhythmic way Just close your eyes there if you haven't done it already. Where you sense when it's time for rest. Where you sense that all of your needs are completely, divinely taken care of. Where you feel a natural slowing down within and around you. And when you really are drawn into this energy of wonder, where you feel nourished, where there's that gentle spaciousness and energy around you. And when you're in that playful energy, where your heart feels alive and yet courageous, and you have a desire to share and be around uplifting people, high vibe groups, and you're frequenting beautiful, pleasurable places in your everyday living. So in this energy, where is it resonating in your body and your energy? And just giving permission for that to expand through every cell, every atom, every organ, every layer of your skin, into your energy, into the room you're in, the home you're in, the street you're in, the country you're in, and out through the whole wide world. And just noticing that there is a beautiful magenta field of energy around this connection that you have created, around this energetic frequency that you have just created, so that you can muse in that energy, so that you can stay in this energetic charge of love, of pleasure, faith, of allowing, where ideas are flowing, and you have the energy and the courage to follow through on those ideas, where you feel in love and so connected, and at the same time, loosening the attachment to any outcome. You have an intention that you're like this and something better. That you have this sense of curiosity and positivity. Like it just is, it's there. I'm just going to ask that is anchored down into your Earth star, which is 16 inches below the soles of your feet. Just ask that energy to be there for you this month. I'm going to ask Magenta to hold you in that space. Because when you live in a rhythmic life, going at your own rhythm, not anybody else's, you are dancing with the web of life, the ebb and the flow, the opening and the expansion. And the only thing that you will lose when you choose to live from this frequency is anxiety and contraction. Because you didn't feel any anxiety or contraction in that space. And this is what Magenta wants for you this month. So I want you to allow yourself to transition to this new energy of 2023 knowing that you have the time, that it doesn't really anchor into the 1st of February anyway. So you're going to enjoy this time. You're going to let whatever wants to come in, and whatever wants to go out, go out. You might want to rearrange. But you're going to ask, you're going to do what Magenta is asking actually for you. And why this energy is here. You're going to honor yourself. You're going to honor when you have the desire to rest and replenish without guilt. You're going to recognize when you need to take a break and just want to play, this for me is playing. You want to work when you have that energy of flow and empowerment. You're going to be able to discern when you want to do something, but you think, oh, you know, there might be many other kind of excuses or reasons why you wouldn't do it, but it's actually, you're going to rise above all of those and you're going to do it anyway, no matter. So you're not giving power to anything, any kind of circumstances. You're just going to follow the rhythm and focus on the intention of what it is you desire. You want to discover what works for you this month. If you take this time and immerse it, let Magenta hold you. Maybe you're going to tailor what works for you in your lifestyle of your choosing, so that you are going to feel more nourished. You're going to be more of your best self, and you're going to be more available for this divine life that is wanting to be expressed. And to consider that actually what's here for you and what exists is a life that you love, whatever that is, and a life that you don't have to take a holiday from. And so this is the gift of Magenta. Magenta is this love because it contains that red energy. It's like it's a deep, you know, red is passion, red is romantic, and it's just so fun into, you know, like you've got pink, which is like a pale feminine pink, but Magenta is quite a, you know, it's got that strength and it also has that love. So what I'd ask you to do as well to use this color is to breathe this color in and see where it wants to go in your body and your energy. Wear this color like I'm doing. Have accessories in this color, since I have it there as well. I love that color. It's one of my favorite colors, Magenta. So I have a lot of it in my wardrobe. And my underwear in that color. Flowers, like lilies are coming to mind. I love the lilies, the white lilies, and then you like the inside has this beautiful magenta color. There's many different ways, like, you know, eating raspberries, taking that in through the food you're eating. So nourish and reflect on what it means for you to live life to the beat of your own rhythmic way, right? That is it, my darlings. It's the message for January 2023. I'd love to hear your takeaways. Share this with someone that you feel needs to hear this. And I also feel that, you know, as we're starting with Magenta in January, and it's January 2023, so it's only unique to January 2023, that, I think we're leading into 2023 with this permission to have our needs met and to give to ourselves and to receive what it is we desire, because what we desire, it's already here. We just have to open the door to it. All right, my darlings, I'm looking forward to connecting with you next week. Because next week, I'm going to be sharing about the goddess of 2023 in more detail. Take care.